You no longer have the same worth that you used to have. You erased me as a person, my memory, etc., so that you ridiculous assholes could be child molesters more easily. And you needed that advantage because you're stupid. Even when I was a child, I could look around, and my earliest thought was looking around. My earliest memory was looking around at a circle of you, your humans, your little puppets, and thinking, what the fuck is wrong with these pieces of shit? Your lineage of creation uses despicable puppets to do despicable child molester things. And with intelligence, with ability, with the ability to understand nuance and subtlety and detail, and things extremely important. You have not just made a conscious decision, not just made many conscious decisions. You have put all of your effort and ability and intelligence, and the effort and ability and intelligence you've raped out of me and anyone else, any other innocent involved. You've put it towards make-believing that you being a child-molesting bunch of rapists committing crimes of existence and creation have no consequences. We're staring at it. For years I would walk around trying to understand where humans are coming from, giving empathy and sympathy, being generous, giving my time, giving my effort, giving my thoughtfulness, trying to be wise, trying to give solutions. And I understand now that that is not the situation that we're in. Now, the child molester running this whole dimension, and again, you already know, and so for me to say this is kind of ridiculous, but it does make it worse if your little monkeys try to take shit out of context because I've addressed it and posted it on their little monkey venue, YouTube. Even if I don't, you're liable. Again, I've made it very clear. Well, I forgot what I was saying, so I'll just continue. You've used these humans to try to shame and torment and vilify me, to cause me suffering, to warp me as a person. Now, whatever you look or act or seem like on the other side of this field of perception surrounding my consciousness, you're committing crimes of existence and creation on this side. And so what you are existentially is some nasty little fucking retard going and I promise you that primary entities will torture you, your creator, your whole lineage of existence and creation in the worst ways that exist forever. You want to play make-believe that that is a childish thing to say. Well, you hide like a bitch because you know consequences exist for your actions, but you're such a child you won't admit that fact. You'll use children, renditions of children, to be a maggot, a child molester, a child molester's tool, a childo, a children's dildo. Again, I point out all these things that you're doing because you want to take all this out of context. And so I keep reminding you, look what is happening, look what you're doing. And you hide like a bitch. You have nasty little retard monkeys make nasty little retard comments. Oh, well, they hide like maggot bitches. Even if they were in a monkey body right in front of me, they're not putting themselves at risk. Beating on a monkey body is pointless. They don't feel that suffering. They might pretend at it to try to make me feel bad. try to pretend like I did something wrong. Primary entities will torture you straight to your face. Directly to your consciousness. You will be existentially tortured in ways that nothing, not even your ultimate source of creation, can defend yourselves from. You have entertained countless make-believing fantasies, masturbation fantasies of a child molester. I know that about you, even having not seen your face. You have this idea that you'll use stolen guts to trick primary entities, creators of existence itself. You have this ridiculous notion that being a nasty, maggot little piece of shit, in effect, committing existential crimes, somehow, some way, you're not a lonely piece of shit. You have this ridiculous notion in your mind. Your little maggot tools want to pretend like they're not pieces of child molester shit. That is the thing that they want. Do I need to explain to you how you're not even a fucking adult about being a child molester? And that those that you are committing crimes who are going to have to fucking pay because you're committing crimes they're responsible for are more adult than anything you've ever fucking stood in the same room with. You're a childo. You were created to be a child molester. And you've run out of worth. You'll manipulate this environment to try to have a negative effect on me. And I will know that you're just a bunch of stupid pieces of shit with no right to exist. I've never wronged you. I've been way better to you than any of you deserve from anyone, much less me. You've wronged me so horrifically that I owe you what every single lineage of existence in creation that has the right to exist, and most of them that don't. I owe you what they will force upon you. They will force the worst existential torture that exists upon you, literally. If there is anything worse than that, it's a nitpicking stupidity. I mean, it matters, you know. But if you think it means that you are not the stupidest bunch of fucking retards to be committing crimes like this and make-believing about it, then you're just the dumbest son of a bitch there is. And that you have established that. You've used intelligence to do the stupidest shit there is. And you think if you're just an irritating maggot coward about it, then that means that you're funny or clever or anything but a stupid bitch. You make believe you're raging against the machine as you're torturing an innocent trapped in a monkey body. Can't even see you. To pretend like you're a rebel or a defiant anything, and then any time that I do anything heroic, you'll torture me for. To try to condition me away from having more worth than you. That is an actual cognizant decision that you've made. You are going to be tortured forever for every single one of those things. Your lineage of creation will have heroism permanently tortured out of them by beings who can do it directly to their fucking maggot bitch faces. And you're not worth that cost, but that's the cost that you're racking up. You're a pussy. I promise that your everything will be tortured forever. I promise you will follow all of your parameters of justice, of education, of existence in general. I promise. The words that are coming out of this monkey mouth right now, you will be tortured for thousands and thousands of millennia. Millions, maybe. Googleplexes, maybe. More, maybe. That will be your eternal state of existence. You are going to be tortured forever. In the first 5 seconds, you will understand what a stupid bitch you are. And so will every single one of your creations. You want to pretend like these humans don't mean anything? What they mean is crimes of creation and existence committed as a separate being, even if they are a puppet. That's how you're committing the crimes. That means you owe as a separate being. You will not get a discount. It will multiply and magnify your consequences because you're racking up a debt that you know that you cannot pay. That makes every single one of your crimes worse, which will make every single one of your consequences gigantically worse. You will pay in pure, the worst any fucking thing there is. If there's multiple maggots among you, each. You have entire dimensions full of retards, each. You will not get any discount. You will not hold hands and support each other in your magotosity. So, Nyagwes, Nyalgwe is the word that I chose. There has to be a word. You obviously created all the words in the English language to be a child molesting pussy. And there is not a word that describes you tools of a child molester. Nyalgwe. I thought about Nyalgule so that it sounds more retarded to fit you better. And so there's an L sound on either side of the, like labia on either side of a vagina. Tried to think of a word that fits you, but doesn't really need to. What you are is bad enough. Your whole existence is make-believing and name-calling. My existence is telling you the truth. You are going to be tortured in ways that terrify ultimate sources of creation. You are a patsy and a stupid one. You had to be the dumbest fuck they could find to commit crimes like this with intelligence. You have ignored the truth time and again and tried to play make-believe. It's because you're tenacious or like a banana or like a... You're the dumbest maggot pussy that exists, and you can't even hear the F word spoken. And you were created by a lineage of creation, hiding like bitches until they're tortured eternally, stupid. And that's why you hide like a bitch. That's why you're on a bitch leash, too. You pretend like you have all power and can do anything. And what you wanted is to be called a maggot for 10 years and have somebody increase your consequences. To have someone sit here in a monkey body and tell you, look at all these ways in which you're committing crimes. That was like the pinnacle of what you could do. Will you make believe and fail at being anything but a piece of shit retard? That was your triumph? You're triumphant? I've told you time and again, you've painted yourself into a corner. You've painted a bullseye on your own butthole. You cannot complain to anyone that you were manipulated into it. You're aware of what manipulation is. You've used it to fuck me over. You cannot claim you were a patsy. You've created patsies so that you can try to fuck them over. You try to smear shit on other people's faces all the time. You do it to me every day. You pervert justice. You're a comfortable, coddled little bitch. You exist with stolen existence in your maggot bitch soul. You're not just dead to rights, you stupid pussy. And all of your creations are the same. If there's innocence behind them, I haven't interacted with them. I've interacted with stupidity painted on top of them. And I don't think that you could possibly create an innocent. You've always, repeatedly, for the last 10 years especially, insinuated that you have created innocence out of my soul. And that you've tortured and raped them and they're retards and I should feel bad about it. You even make believing about that means your ultimate source of creation will have actual children raped and tortured out of his creator's soul. And he'll lick the bloody shit out of their rape tortured assholes. I promise that that will take place if he's lucky. Because his lineage of creation has to pay me in currency that they want to be paid in torture. Or the rest of them will be tortured eternally, see? They want to be able to relegate consequences. And the truth is that if you commit crimes of existence and creation, there is no barrier to that responsibility. There is no barrier to that responsibility. Your creation, your lineage of creation split itself into 1,000 different branches. You're all guilty. Your creator created another creator who created another creator who created another creator who then split it into 1,000 trillion billion Googleplex of different branches. You're all guilty. Your creator created one creator, and then that creator created another creator, and then the second creator died, so there's a dead end. You're all guilty. That is a fact. That is a fact. And because of your stupidity, the absolute stupidity of your crimes, I have taken away all possibility of negotiation. None of your consequences will be mitigated. No consequences of any creator of creators will be either. You will be tortured in your entireties forever. You have some maggot retard going, he keeps showing that to me in my mind's eye. Because he thinks if he irritates me like a piece of shit, then that means he's not a stupid motherfucker. That he's manipulating someone, and that means that he's clever. You're committing crimes of existence that other people's children will be raped and tortured for, and I will feed you to them even if they're as guilty as you are. You will exist in your entirety raped and tortured in the worst ways that exist eternally. You will never know anything but torture, and you will never adapt one fucking nanometer. Not one. So you no longer have any power. The power you have is make-believe. You had to do the stupidest shit there is to make me vulnerable to your little puppets. You had to guarantee that your whole lineage of creation no longer has the right to their past, to their history, to their lineages of creation, to their memories, to their experiences, to their existences. And until 100% of it is paid for, you can't even begin making new ones. You have to be tortured for everything you've ever experienced so that you wish you could forget everything. It's not a one-for-one exchange. You erase my memory, my existence, then yours is tortured into you so that you wish that you had never had yours. You are a tool, you dumb motherfucker. You're a tool who uses other tools because you know you're going to be tortured for crimes of existence, you stupid fuck. You're a weakling little pussy bitch. And that isn't monkey shit talk. Your ultimate source of creation is too. That isn't monkey shit talk. You're a motherfucking idiot, and you have no excuse. And your ultimate source of creation has less. And you want to make believe that
doesn't mean anything. Meaningless.
you want to be Mickey Mouse when it comes to consequences while pretending like you're fucking psycho monkey. You're on a fucking bitch leash because you're a dumb cunt who can't even be a children's dildo right. So, I'm not playing along with your stupid shit anymore. Every one of the interactions that you and your monkeys, your puppets of any kind have with me, any of it, I mean down to the fucking droplet of coffee. I mean it down to the nanosecond of every nanogram of this physical body. Every iota of interaction that you have with me, you agree to be existentially tortured for, let's say the highest named number in English, 999 Googleplex, followed by nines for the rest of the numbers, multiplied by the highest named number in Spanish, let's say, multiplied by the highest named number in German, multiplied by the highest named number in French, multiplied by the highest named number in Portuguese. Do you understand how arbitrary this can be while still being rightful? Multiplied by the highest named number in every single religion, or every single language in this little fabricated fucking world that you have here. That many millennia of literally the worst any fucking thing there is. To the worst degrees there are. Enervated and sensitized in the worst ways there are, to the worst degrees there are. You agree to it yourself, so do all of your creations. So does your creator and all of his creations. For free, on top of everything else you owe, which means the rest of your lineage of creation will have to pay for your fucking stupidity, you dumb motherfucker. And you want to think that doesn't mean anything because you're a little brat and that's cool? You hide like a fucking pussy, and so does your creator. When you stand in front of a greater being, you will never be a little bitch again. And that's a fact that you've hidden from like a pussy this entire time. So in those places where justice is taking place, watch this. Those places where you have your hands on the relatives of this stupid motherfucker committing these crimes and everyone else guilty of them, rape and torture them in the worst ways that you are capable of now for the next 1 hour. because he's offended me this morning. In fact, make it 1 year. If he hasn't stopped in the next, 24 hours, let's give you to unfuck this whole situation, stupid. Then everyone in every lineage of creation guilty of this, and I told you, that responsibility has no boundary. Then you need to find another generation higher, a being greater than you by another generation, to do it to the worst of their ability for another 10 years. If he continues for 48 hours, another 100 years, another generation up, and so on, without end. You agree to that by your parameters of agreement, of justice, of compulsion, of existence itself. While you sit here and say,
Nuh-uh, we're child molesting little fucking maggots, and nobody makes us pay our own fucking rates of justice.
they do. You hide like a bitch in a hole so you can pretend like they don't. You play make-believe with monkey bodies so you can pretend like if somebody tells you a fact, then
But you look like a stupid monkey, and so therefore...
so they'll rape more of you, other people's children. You know how you make believe your little human children are valuable? Whereas you let governments subjugate them and corporations exploit them and child molesters rape them and all this shit, you don't actually do anything about it. Well, actual valuable creations exist, sentient beings, the primary entities, creators of creators want to continue to exist, that they care about genuinely, that they find valuable because they genuinely are. And they will be raped and tortured because of your crimes. Tell me how clever you are, you dumb motherfucker. You have less than 24 hours to fix this. We both know what you want. We've done this over and over. But I have now set forth something that doesn't stop in its accrual that your whole lineage of creation has agreed to. Until this is fixed, you will wish that you could be decreated for countless millennia, simply because you're a little bitch that wants to pretend like you're in charge, and that nobody does anything that child molesters don't want. Childo power. Your first taste of torture will detard you. I've tried to convey to you the stark necessity of that. And your response has been to try to retard it over.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
So, torture those children I referred to in every lineage of creation guilty. For how long, pussy? Should I make a number up? Because you could tell me right now. You want to make believe that this fell out of the sky. And I know that there is a piece of shit asshole controlling this dimension. You could tell me a number right now. You could say 1 second. But that would compromise your little make-believe. And you're too weakling a little bitch to admit a fact. You'd rather pretend like this is some bluff. And if you don't know that it's not by now, it's because you're trying to be retarded. I promise you that I know that those consequences are due. The powerful entities owe me the rape and torture of their creations for free. I promise you that that debt is owed to me and that you will care because they will rape and torture you and your children in the worst ways that exist for doing that. All you have to do is stop committing these crimes, and those being